So we will now look at Turtle. Turtle is one of the library which is there in Python. It basically helps us to draw graphics. So you can use Turtle to create a lot of graphics if you browse internet. So let me just graphics using Turtle Python. So you can see quite a lot of images, which have been created. So these images that you can see, this image which is there, the fourth image, these are all images which have been developed using Python. So how we will understand the basics of Python and how we can go forward with Python. So using how we can go forward with graphics in Python using the Turtle library. So this is not by default directly. It may not be installed onto your computer. So what you may need to do that is if you're using Spider, you need to check whether Turtle is installed, or then otherwise you'll have to install that library. If you are going to refer to online compilers, if you are referring to online compilers, then what we can do over here is you can use one of those compilers which supports Python. So let me come back to the screen. So you can use this trinket.io.turtle. So this is one of the online compilers which supports Turtle. Not all online Python compilers support Turtle. So I go to my screen. Let me just put it open. Yeah. Now I will adjust the size. I will clear up. Yeah. So how we basically start with Turtle is, remember, Turtle has sub-libraries. So TURTLE, Turtle with a small t. This is actually the main library. And in this main library, you have sub-libraries, that is Turtle with a capital T and Screen with a capital S. These are sub-libraries. So Turtle is the entire library. The sub-library Turtle has various instructions which tell a turtle to go forward, or the cursor. Turtle, you can visualize it as a cursor, it to go forward, to move. So the path that it takes to go, it traces a line which helps you draw a figure. And what is screen? Screen basically controls the plot area and the background plot color. These are done by screen. So how do we do call Python here? Yeah, in Python is first I will create an object. So from import, I am writing from the, let me increase the size. Yeah, import turtle. TURTLE. Let me type the main library Turtle. From this main library, I will I will just, first of all, I will just call the main library import Turtle. Then I will create an object. An object tr is equal to turtle.turtle, capital Turtle. So from the main library, I am calling the sub library. Then, and I am renaming that object as tr. Similarly, for the screen, I will create an object sc, that, and sc is equal to, from the main library Turtle, call the sub library screen. So tr is an object to the turtle sublibrary, and SSE an object is to the screen sublibrary. Henceforth, to call any functions, I will not use entirely turtle.turtle. I will simply use tr dot something, or if it is from screen, I will use from screen. How do I start this? So when you start anything with Python or with Turtle, let these three lines be a standard lines of code. From this, we'll go forward now. So when I need to draw, there are two aspects. I need to specify the plot size of how much width should be, how much the height should be. I need to specify the color. So to specify the plot size from SC, I will call the function setup. I now specify how much is the width and how much is the height. Let us say I want the width to be 400, I want the height to be 300. So I specify this. Let me run this command for you. So it has been created. Now what happens is, from screen, I will, because I cannot visualize because of the screen and the color is merging. So I will change the screen color. So I will change this by using BG color, background color. I will give this background color to say black. So now when I run this, it becomes visible. So you can see I have now, so I have a screen 400 wide, 300 height, and the background color is black. Instead of black, if I wanted it red, I can specify red, or I can use the hexadecimal code for that colors. Every code has an hexadecimal code. You might have seen, you might are aware of it. You can specify that hexadecimal color code over here. So if I wanted white, I will just put white here. So I get it's small right now. You can see this difference between the shades, but because it is not that apparent, I think you can, it is visible, this difference in shades. So this is slightly grayish where my current cursor is, and the actual slide where my current cursor is, which I'm moving my mouse, that is actually pure white. So from this, now what I need to begin drawing. So for begin drawing, let us say I will start with creating a square. So remember, whatever be the screen size, the center of the screen size would be have a location of 0, 0, and that is where initially your turtle is positioned. The turtle initially will be pointing towards right. So if I need to make a square, I will now need to tell turtle to go forward. So I will use tr dot, the option is forward. Now by how many distance pixel size, I specify that as 50. So it goes forward by 50, you as it can see. Now if I wanted to make a square, then I will need to rotate this turtle upwards or downwards. So I can use the functions right or left. So here you just have two options, to go forward or to go back. You just have two options, to go forward or to go back. If I want to rotate the turtle, so I can tr dot right, and angle I will specify by how many angles. I want to make a square, so the turtle should rotate by 90 degrees. So I specify 90. So if you want the turtle, let me run this and show how it happens. Yeah. So right, remember, it makes the turtle rotate in the clockwise direction, and left, it makes the turtle rotate leftwards or in the anti-clockwise direction from its current position. Now I want the turtle to go forward by another 50 steps. So I copy this and paste this. So you can see it has gone 50 steps. And I want to rotate this by 90 degree. So it will now rotate by 90 degree. I can now keep on completing these steps 2 more times so that I get a square. Now, instead of using these 8 lines of code, I can put all of these in a for loop. So I specify for I in range. How many times I need to repeat this 4 times. I will now specify these are the options, these are the functions which needs to be repeated. So I get my turtle which is ready. Remember, there are only 2 options. To make a turtle go forward, it is forward. To make a turtle come back, it is back. And you can rotate the turtle either to the left or to the right. You specify the angle by which you want in the brackets. Next is, I will now like to work with the pen size before I begin to draw. I need to make this line thick. So I will, from tr, I will call the pen size. Pen size. What is the pen size? So I will, let us say I want the pen size to be 3. So when I run this, you can see the width of the line has increased because the size of the pen has increased. I can now change the color of the lines. So tr dot pen color. I want them to be red. So I just type red here and I can see the line is now 3 width and the color is red. I can work with the speed with which the turtle is moving. So speed, let us say I am reducing it. So you can vary speed between 1 and 10. So 1 would be the slowest. And so this is when usually you want to visualize how a figure is being made. So you can use the speed and accordingly take the necessary steps or actions. And if I want, the 10 is going to be the fastest speed. So just type 10. So it is going to be an instant. There are, you can also, the current shape you can see is in the form of an arrow for the turtle. You can modify, there are standard shapes which are available. You can use the turtle shape, you can use the arrow shape, you can use the square circle shape. So how do we modify that is in shape? I will now type turtle. So you can see the shape has now a turtle. So speed is, I will just modify the speed to 3. Let me run. Or you can keep the default shape as it was for the turtle. Now let us say I need to make one more square above the square by leaving a gap of 50. So I will after this I will now first tell turtle to rotate leftwards by an angle of 90 degree. Let me run this. Now I will need to tell turtle to go up by a size of 50. So to forward, the step size is 50. But and here I need these lines to let us, I will just copy this. So depending upon the orientation, the way in which the turtle runs, no, it will vary. And I will get 2 squares, but the orientation may not be different. Okay, you are getting 2 circles, but I didn't want this line here at the center. So what I wanted to do this, so from this position, I will need to tell turtle to go up to this position by keeping your pen up, so that it doesn't draw a line. And once it reaches this position, I will then ask turtle to keep your pen down. Otherwise, these lines will not be traced. So I will first, before I asking it to go forward, I will say tr dot pen up. Keep your pen up. And then let us say I'm not asking it to keep its pen down. So it is now going the entire path which I'm telling, but keeping its pen up. So once it has gone forward, I will now tr dot pen down. Let me increase the speed also to 8. Yeah. So another option is, rather than asking it to go to this position, I can now specify set position option. So here instead of tr dot forward, I can specify tr dot set position. Set position mein, it will take two arguments, x and y axis. X may we will specify the x coordinate and the y coordinate. So the turtle initially was here, and if I'm asking it to go up, so which means this point which is there, which my current cursor is, will have an x coordinate of 0 and a y coordinate of 50. So in set position, I can specify 0, 50. Let me just stop. I hope this is very clear to us. So next is hide. What does hide do? Turtle.ht. It hides the turtle. So if I hide here, let me say tr.ht. So you won't be able to see the turtle. In such a case, what happens is generally you will not be in a position where the turtle is currently, in which direction it is oriented, and you will not be able to draw the figure. So it is recommended that you hide the turtle only once you finish drawing whatever what was intended at the last. Uh, what we will now look at is, let us say I don't want this. I just want this line. Maybe it is essential. You might need to mention your name, your some other message you want to type. So you can use the write message for that. So tr.write, and in write you specify whatever you want. So you specify your name. So I just type as name XYZ. Now this is an optional, that is you can work with the font. This is optional. Font is optional. How you font is, the font will take in 3 arguments. So you can specify Arial, Times New Roman, etc. Then you specify the size. So say 10, and you specify that whether you want it in italics, whether you want it in bold. So I can just type bold. So now what happens is, because I didn't create a gap between, so that is why you see they are overlapping. So before I write my message, maybe I can ask a tr dot pen up. Then I can ask turtle to set position, go slightly up by a distance of 0, 50, and then I can run this as we have got this option. After this, what happened? The last command that we need to look at is the circle option. The circle option is what helps you to create a circle. So let me just, before we begin, the current orientation of the circle is here. So tr dot circle. Here in circle, you specify the radius. I want the radius to be 50. So I create a circle of 50. Remember, the point of location of the turtle will not be from where, will not be the center of the circle. That circle will always be created in the anti-clockwise direction using a radius of 50. So if the turtle pointing was different, so tr dot left, let me just change the rotation angle by 90. So before I start, so the turtle is initially pointed in this direction. Now when I draw the circle, so you get the circle like this. If I make this rotation by 180, so my turtle is pointing in this direction. Now from this, it will create an anti-clockwise circle with a radius of 50. So working with Turtle is quite fun. You get to understand basics of programming, how to logically think to create something. So we have some exercises for you. You can go through these exercises, which will help you strengthen your command over the Python Turtle.